Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more of some local and regional stories that are going on because even though national stories and national news is pretty sexy, national politics is pretty sexy to talk about. Local and state news, like your regional news, is also important because that affects you more than national news will. So I'm gonna try to talk a little bit more about just news that's going on in the state of North Carolina. Maybe hit a little bit more of some Jacksonville news because I live near Jacksonville, North Carolina. So now I have one story about some presidents, some university presidents in North Carolina. Their wages are going up. Okay, three private college leaders in North Carolina made more than $1 million in 2014, including Duke University President Richard Brodhead. He was the highest paid college leader in the state at $1.2 million, according to new data from the Chronicle of Higher Education. Other $1 million earners in 2014 were Nathan Hatch, president of Wake Forest University, whose compensation was $1,084,511. High Point University president Nido Queben, whose compensation was $1,018,707. Okay, it goes on a little bit. Okay, its study of pay showed that 39 presidents of private colleges in the U.S. surpassed the $1 million mark in 2014 compared to 32 in 2013. So the rich are just getting richer while us poor and working class people are getting poorer. So, I can't see a problem with that at all. The rich are getting richer while our pay is staying the same or going down. I don't know if that's a problem, but I need to connect this and make this more of a bigger picture because that is a problem, and it is probably partially a reason why college tuition is going up because college tuition's been continuously going up over the last 20 or 30 plus years, and the income inequality part is important, but we need to find out and talk about why tuition keeps going up. Because the Raleigh News and Observer, they talk, they just talk about mostly about the wages of some of these higher earners. Because it says he's only the fifth highest paid employee at Duke in 2014, behind the former health system chief Dr. Victor Dazu, basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski, chief investor Neil Triplett, and football coach David Cutcliffe. So the coach is a little bit different because they get revenue the from ESPN and all the ESPN subsidiaries from TV contracts. So it's a little bit different for the football and basketball coaches, but if our tuition rates are going up because they're getting $4 million for Krzyzewski and $2.2 million for Cutcliffe, maybe their salaries do need to be kept because that doesn't benefit the students and the population as a whole for the coaches to keep increasing their pay on behalf of all the students. But I'm not exactly sure where that money comes from, but if it is coming from the students, we will need to start capping that because there are no caps for coaches for coach pay. Oh, here we go. The Chronicle reported among all private college presidents, the average compensation was $489,927, or $512,987, when considering only those presidents who served a full year. So it's a little bit of a problem when the average is getting about $489,000 to $512,000, and a few of the presidents here are getting over $1 million. So even that's pretty high. So that's another thing of capitalism is, when is it enough? $489,000 is a huge salary. So how can a lot of these guys justify that I need a 5%, 10% increase in my pay every year and just continually each and every single year up? It's next year I got to get my increase when you're already in the top 1% of income earners in the whole nation. At that salary, you don't need any increase in salary at all. For just them to keep saying I need extra 5% increase in my income next year, the year after that, you make more than 90%, make more than 99% of people in your country, and it's still not enough. So that's really not that great. But I'm already losing focus because it's not necessarily about just them. Because even if some of them were paid that low, at the $489,000 range cap, and tuition's still going up. So on InsideHigherEd.com, they did talk about some issues because there's some talk and some articles are being written about how since more students are getting more federal aid, that's wise because the universities or the institutions could say, well, the government's going to pay a little bit more, so we could bump up the price. Because it says, and right here, it's a hard time to blame the faculty. Many education analysts are sympathetic to the challenges faculty members face. They're happy to see more research that refutes Baumol's hypothesis. Colleges rely more and more on part-time faculty members who often work for low pay and no benefits. But it's perhaps equally hard to blame student aid, often seen as the only way for most students to earn a degree. I go to college campuses almost every week and look at their expenses, said Howard Bunces, an accounting professor at Eastern Michigan University, who does research for the AAUP. It's not student aid that's getting a bigger share of the pie. In most places, it's administration. So it's the administrators that are getting a whole bunch of money. It's not even the faculty members that are teaching the students. Because early in this article, it does talk about how the cost of educating students isn't really going up because it's been the same way, forever. One faculty member, one instructor could teach anywhere from 6 to about 1 to 200 students. Effectively, that's usually how it goes in university. From a small community college to university, you're going to teach from 5 students to 200. That hasn't changed. But what has changed is that more administrators are being hired. Because in the New York Times piece I have right here, it does talk about that. It says, by contrast, a major factor driving increased costs is the constant expansion of university administration. According to the Department of Education data, administrative positions at colleges and universities grew by 60% between 1993 and 2009, which Bloomberg reported was 10 times the rate of growth of tenured faculty positions. Even more strikingly, an analysis by a professor at California Polytechnic University, Panoma, found that while the total number of full-time faculty members in the CSU system grew from 11,614 to 12,019 between 1975 and 2008, the total number of administrators grew from 3,800 to 12,183, a 221% increase. So it is looking like administrators are really taking up a lot of the costs, or the increased costs of higher education. So hopefully we could get a hold on that and limit that with some of these institutions soon. Oh, because I have an article or a report from Treasury.gov, and it mentions that average posted in-state tuition for 4-year public institutions more than doubled between 1991 and 2013, from $3,350 to $8,660. Average posted out-of-state tuition grew 45%, from $11,000 in 2000 to $16,000 in 2011. So just confirming that tuition's going up more. One thing that's been going on is that enrollment has been going up since it has been in the past. Because this report also talks about the total number of students enrolled at institutions of higher education increased from under 13 million students in 1987 to over 21 million in 2010. Almost 73% attend a public college, a broad category that ranges from local 2-year community college to graduate research institutions. Approximately 18% attend a private nonprofit college, a sector that ranges from research universities to small liberal arts colleges and specialized religious institutions. So that could be also a part of why tuition's going up is because as more and more students enroll in colleges, the colleges have to expand and build more buildings and hire more faculty to run their more all those extra buildings and more classrooms, so on and so forth. So that could be partially why, is because there's more students, so there's going to be increased costs from that. But as we know, it also says in here, but higher education is a critical mechanism for socioeconomic advancement among aspiring individuals, an important driver of economic mobility in our society. Moreover, a well-educated workforce is vital to our nation's future economic growth. So, higher education is vital for our nation. It's vital for the people. So we're more educated. We understand more of the complex problems that we face now and into the future. It also increases our future earnings. So it's a necessity for us to have higher education and to have it affordable. So of course, one way to do it is to just make college and university debt free and tuition free, just everything, all books, tuition, room and board, meal plans, or just all that's free when you go to a public institution. Could do that. One guy did have a plan like that. I think it was Bernie Sanders. Yeah, but I mean, Hillary did say that she did want to do that too, a debt-free college for public institutions, but she didn't run on that at all. So it's hard to vote for because she wanted to do that when she didn't talk about it at all. So that was one problem with Hillary, but Bernie was actually pushing it. So that's important to note. And this is just going to be a continuous problem until we could really tackle this with a whole lot of different policies on, increasing taxes on the wealthy so we could put it towards higher education, and just maybe limiting some of the public institution presidents, maybe limit their salaries a little bit, or maybe limit their administrators they could hire, maybe something like that, because this is really vital to the people. So this is just going to be a continuous problem, and we got to get on it. Alright, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button too.